Buttercup, they love lotion. Hi, Michelle. Go on, Buttercup. Good morning. Buttercup, she's like trying to lick everything off of Alex's legs. Buttercup, really? She's like, oh, but she's just so delicious. Come on, Buttercup. Anyway, so, all right, so that's good. Well, your timing is perfect. It really, and it is timing, positive timing to support that. Amazing. Okay. Okay. Great. What else? Yeah.
Wow, not the same guy that came through.
I know, right?
We love you.
I mean, I love to hear it too, but I'm also like, wait a second.
Not really. Well, weird is otherworldly. So amazing.
Yeah.
Good.
But I'm doing well.
Good. You're looking super shiny. Yeah. Do you know Michelle? This is Alex. And Arlette's in the El Baño. She'll be out in a second. Well, we're going to have a nice intimate group today, which is lovely. Yeah. This is a very, very powerful energy that's coming in. It's been coming in for a while. This particular eclipse corridor and stream has been coming in for about a month. I mean, typically eclipses magnify everything anyway, and you feel them coming in pretty strongly ahead of the curve. This one happens tonight, kind of in the middle, well, right at the midnight hour, actually. It's around 11 a.m. p.m. Hey, Arlette. This is Alex. It's Arlette. So it'll be around midnight is the full moon, our time, just before midnight. And then the eclipse is starting to happen about that time too, and it continues till about 4 in the morning. So if you want to get up and do anything during the eclipse window, or just stay up, however, for me, I'd have to get up because I go to bed early. But no, the eclipse actually starts around midnight. That's when the moon goes full. So you remember when the moon is going full, you want to do things before the moon goes full. When the moon is new, you do things after the moon is new. So before the full, after the new is the rule of thumb to really grab the most of the energy that is available for you during those cosmic settings or cosmic positions of the moon. Because the moon governs our emotions tremendously, and emotions are always a choice. They're always a choice. Feelings, I've been working a lot with conscious feelings and teaching about conscious feelings. Feelings are in the moment. Feelings are now. Feelings are all about what you're present with. Emotions are always tied to the past. So, and often they get very mixed up, jumbled. And so we tend to, with our yoga practice, we can unpack all of that and reveal the true feeling that's beneath it. And there's 4 feelings. I just ordered some books on it because I want to dive more into it. This conscious feelings work. It's really speaking to me very strongly. So anyway, let me get into this because I have a lot I want to share. It started coming in on, what's today, Sunday? It started coming in on Friday. And we were actually in Valley of Fire all day on Friday. Jen and Lacey and I, we went and did a really fun photo shoot. We went to like 5 different locations, and of course I'm changing outfits like crazy and doing all this, model stuff. But we had a great time. It was fun. It amazes me when we're done. That was like an epic photo shoot too, because y'all were asking a lot of me, but somehow I delivered. And then afterwards I was like, fuck, I'm tired, man. Jeez. But this download started coming in, and so I ended up staying up and writing because it was just hammering me. You got to get this out. And you know, this is such a powerful year to scribe, to write. And so anyway, but hey, guess what? The last eclipse that we had in this alignment combo of Aries and Libra didn't happen. It happened in 1987. That was the last time that it happened in this particular combination of Aries and Libra. So that was like 36, 37 years ago. So think back. Some of you maybe weren't born then. I was. And so I think back on where I was. And eclipses are always very disruptive. They rip the Band-Aid off. And they're typically very disruptive. So I was asking, so my second son had been born. And I was on every 18 years, by the way, you have a cycle of vitality. So I was in a second cycle of vitality for myself. And I was right in that pivot point in my life where I was like really recognizing that my relationship that I was in with my children's father was very abusive and very destructive and not serving me in the slightest. And that I felt very trapped and scared because I didn't know where to go. So I was in that space with two children, little babies. So I think back on that and I'm like, oh God, that's when I really started to put my big girl panties on. And was like, okay, because at 33, I woke up, and then around that time, 36, 37, right about that time of my age, I was, because that was 1987, that's how old I was. So I was like, yeah, okay, enough is enough. Enough. All right, so just saying. And this is a south node eclipse, because eclipses always come in pairs. And so the south node is eclipsing now. All right. So the south node of the moon is all about letting go. And it was in that year, actually, for me, that 37 years ago, that I really started to proceed with the thought process of divorcing and getting out of this abusive relationship. And relationships right now are very, very key at this point. So relationship to everything, but most importantly, relationship to yourself. To your true self. Yeah? Turn that off. So this south node eclipse is a really big chance to let go. And you've got paper there and pen. And so what I'm going to encourage you as I'm giving you this information, sharing this information with you, as you feel things coming in or emotionally you're sensing things coming in, I'd like for you to write them down. And then I'm going to invite you to take this paper home and bury it. And you're going to bury it as a composting ritual for these incredible new beginnings of this new moon. Because this powerhouse eclipse that's coming up on April the 8th is going to be it's going to be incredible. It already is starting to build that way, and this is setting the stage for it. So this new moon and the solar eclipse that's coming up on April the 8th is where it will really start to take shape and become manifested. So we'll plant it in the earth because the earth is where we manifest. This is our realm of manifestation. Yeah? So feel free to write as much as you need to. And if you need more paper, you can certainly ask because we have plenty of paper for you. So as I mentioned, eclipses are typically very disruptive because it shifts your perception of reality. And they always bring a full frontal impact regarding relationships and the polarities we navigate in all aspects of living. So during this lunation cycle and eclipse of the South Node, we have a strengthened and clearly defined lunation of the Libra balance, diplomacy, and fair-mindedness. The reflection, though, of the fiery Aries sun, there's a fairy flying around me, is this challenging us, this Aries sun. So lots of things are lining up in Aries right now. And Aries is the new beginning of the zodiacal calendar. So again, it's a new beginning. So the reflection of this fiery Aries sun is challenging us with a frequency influence of independent efforts and authenticity over tact in how these efforts are presented. Because Aries is government, it's very much the warrior, it's Mars. Libra is Venus. And it's very romantic usually. There's a lot of seduction in Venus. Yeah, it's quite lovely. So Venus also has an influence with Mercury, the planet Mercury. Or no, wait, am I getting myself confused? Never mind.
Sorry.
That's all right. I think I was getting myself confused. Regardless. So the energy of the cosmos is literally demanding that we express a healthy balance between autonomy and sharing between me and you. So we are one. What's that? Autonomy. It's all about me. Yes, it's all about me and sharing. That's what autonomy is. Autonomous means just one. Singular. And being selfish in that regards is actually a very positive way to be, Michelle, provided that you're utilizing it not from an egoic state or a narcissistic state. Yeah? It's about service. When you're in autonomy and that in the service element, it's very devotional. How can I give fully of myself? Yeah. And in your line of work, a lot of that is present. Yeah. And to give you kudos, not all people that work in your field feel that way. They're tripped out over the autonomy of their power. Okay. So you're bringing in a relationship with yourself of being of service, but still being the warrioress. Yeah? Good. It's incredible. So the adjustment card, so we've got these really cool cards in this situation that's happening. So here is the adjustment card. And she is the goddess Ma'at, the goddess of truth. She has the sword of justice between her thighs. And she has the spheres of all knowledge around her head. But she is the goddess of truth, this adjustment card. It's really beautiful. And she has like a mask on, but you see this very serene smile of all knowing behind the mask. So I invite you to come and look at this card and study it, because there's a lot of really beautiful symbolism and wisdom in this card. It's representing Libra and Venus, and it's a feminine energy, which is demonstrating constant whirling. All possibilities are enjoyed. Under the phantom show of space and time, all things are real. The soul is the surface, precisely because they are instantly compensated by this adjustment. She is the goddess Ma'at, the goddess of truth. All things are harmony and beauty. All things are truth because they become neutralized and canceled out. The equilibrium of opposites. It's interesting. She is karma. Karma is the action, the repercussion of all actions. That's what karma is. All right. She's holding the sword of the magician, justice. Her numerical value is 3131, which is 4, which relates to the heart and our neutral mind, and the most secret numerical keys of the dyad, the book of the law. When we are in this balance of positive, negative manifestation flows, when we are in this balance of positive, negative manifestation flows freely and harmoniously. Every man and every woman is a star. That is an aggregate of such experiences, constantly changing with each fresh event, which affects him or her either consciously or subconsciously. Each one of us has thus a universe of his or her own, but it is the same universe for each one as soon as it includes all possible experiences. This implies the extension of consciousness to include all other consciousness. Where are you directing this powerful energy in your direction of work in your life? That's our big focus this morning. Where are you directing all of this energy that's coming in with this eclipse and this full moon in the direction of your work and also your life? Because Saturn is also represented here. And Saturn is the disciplinarian. Saturn is typically known as the taskmaster or, the big boss energy. But really now Saturn is very much about commitment and being soft within that commitment, not rigid within your commitment. Because it's exalted in the sign of Libra. Jen and I talk a lot about how we recognize that there is a struggle that's ongoing with commitment with so many people. They just, the way that, for example, this is a very minute example, but it's real because it affects how we're operating this business. You have to make an account and you have to sign up. We don't offer for you to just drop in. So it's a commitment for you to sign up ahead of time and come. And people are real averse to that. They literally have issues with it. And they tell us this all the time. We hear this all the time. And there's a FOMO associated with it too. Like, oh, well, if I commit to that, I'm going to miss out on something else because there's so much other stuff that's, constantly bombarding us. Right? Yeah. For me, I've never really had a problem with commitment. I don't know. In fact, I've always been a little overcommitted. Maybe that's been my issue, is that I've overcommitted. Like, oh, I'm committed to this. I'm going to see this through hell or high water. And then I recognize, no, damn it, I can let this go, for goodness sakes. Why? Why do I want to be like that to myself? So that's my personal work that I'm sharing with you. So anyway, and that brings us to, where can you cut ties with things that are making things too difficult, or you can make your life easier? So you can make your life easier. So be open to that, see it clearly for what it is. Allow this lunation, this illumination and then the ripping of the Band-Aid off just with a blank, like, oh, there it is. Let it come. Because it is a recalibration. So now the Emperor card, which is here, this is the Aries card, because every time that we have a full moon, the reason we have the full moon is because the sun is reflecting onto the moon, and that's what's making it so brilliant and bright. And the sun is typically in the opposite sign of what the moon is in. So the moon is in Libra and the sun is in Aries. And so this is this combo that we've got happening now. So the Emperor, this is the divine masculine. So we have the divine feminine of the moon and the divine masculine of the sun, regardless, but we happen to have a zodiacal sign of Venus, and this is Mars. So the Emperor is also one of the more important alchemical cards. It's just making up the triad for sulfur, mercury, and salt. His head and arms form an upright triangle. Below, crossed legs represent the cross. This figure is the alchemical symbol of sulfur. Sulfur is the male, fiery energy of the universe. It's the rajas. It's the fire of the Hindu philosophy. It's also an elemental quality. Whenever you have rajasic, it's a fiery, it's an active quality of that element. This is the swift, creative energy, the initiative of all being. The power of the Emperor is a generalization of the paternal power. Hence, such symbols as the bee and the fleur-de-lis, which are shown on this card. So we have a bee also represented on here. This card is bringing to our attention law and order. And we are probably going to see some shit go down between now and, I'm going to say, the end of April, between these two eclipses in our government. And I think there's going to also, just my feeling and my prediction that's coming in, I think we're also going to see some massive scientific breakthrough come in. Let's just see. Let's see what happens. But we see a lot of, things bubbling around government with it being an election year. There's a lot of underlying stuff that's percolating. And, I'm a firm stance. I have a firm stance that I don't talk politics in here. I just don't do it. Whenever my husband comes home, the TV comes on and the news is on. And the energy that I feel off of that is disgusting. But, I very much respect my husband needing to watch the news, and he watches it in a certain way that he's very calibrating with it. And he's very discerning. But to me, it's such an awful energy that comes off of the TV when he has it on. It's so untruthful. It's so slanted. It's so manipulated. Agreed. And we have pretty spirited conversations about that. But we have compromised to where the news does not come on in the bedroom, because we have a television in the bedroom. So we have compromised with that. I'm very firm about that. In fact, I flip out if I walk in and the news is on the bedroom. What the fuck is, turn that shit off? Anyway. Okay, so today, what I want to do, and so now you've got all this information, right? So how are we going to apply that this morning? So we're going to locate ourselves within our karmic web of vast relationships in this infinite game of life that we find ourselves in from the perspective of the soul, our truth, and consciousness, the way we master the mind and we master our energy, and the way that we are actively participating in Earth School. This is our consciousness school, our consciousness opportunity. So that we gain from each of these, the perspective of the soul and our consciousness work, we gain from each of those strength, wisdom, and fulfillment. And we're not playing alone. We're not playing this alone. Because in this play, we see things through the eyes of compassion first. And if you don't see through the lens of compassion, if you don't see everything through the lens of compassion, you will misunderstand the times. You will completely misunderstand it. So we use intuition to know the effect and the consequences of an action before we take it or choose not to take it. We are happy. Now here's to me one of the most important things that came in about this teaching on this morning. We are happy not from our circumstances, but rather how we face our circumstances. So we're happy not from a relationship itself, but how we face and act in each relationship. And in the word relationship is relay. So how are we relaying? How are we communicating? How are we dancing? How are we interacting in each relationship that we have? Because this awareness is the seed and the bloom of Dharma. Have you heard that term before? Dharma? Yeah, there was a TV show on, right, back in the 70s or 80s, Dharma and Greg? It was the 90s? Okay, I don't know. Time is so hard for me to, whatever. Anyway, Dharma means cosmic law, the rules that created the universe from chaos, as well as rituals. That's what Dharma is. In the Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, and the epics, the meaning became refined, richer, and more complex, and the word was applied to very diverse contexts. In certain contexts, Dharma designates human behaviors considered necessary for order of things in the universe, principles that prevent chaos, behaviors and action necessary to all life and nature, society, family, as well as at the individual level. So it is definitely my Dharma, and I have stepped into this role and actively participating in my Dharma, my own personal Dharma, to be the guardian and the space holder, not only for this space of the Kundalini Sanctuary, and before, of course, it was the collective, and before that, it was at Sage Hills. I mean, I've been holding space for a long time, but it's also really clear to me that I am one component of my Dharma is to be the space holder for my family, for sure. And the mother goddess Kundalini herself. That's very clear to me. And it's very humbling that I have the opportunity to experience that and be in that role as in my dharmic work and consciousness. So today we're going to strengthen and balance our need to enjoy and connect and our desire for companionship. We're going to create more resolutions because, again, it's a new year. We're starting a new zodiacal year. So we can set goals for the systems to put the goals into action for the next 6 months. We're at that point again. Resolutions can be made. Clearing up past patterns that have been holding us back will be revealed and cleared so that we can clearly see the whole picture and shift our paradigm into affirmative action. So we're going to do this Compassion Kriya today. Compassion is a value of life. It is power. It is God in meditation. It is truth. Compassion gives you the strength to go through suffering and yet feel no pain. There's absolutely no grace without compassion. We're going to create a direct experience of merging the sun and the moon because that's what eclipses are, where they all line up, and that's what blocks and creates the shadow on the moon and the sun. And we're going to build ourselves to act and not react. So as I mentioned, this is the first eclipse that is leading up to the powerhouse new moon in Aries full solar eclipse, and the solar eclipses are always during a new moon. There's a double amplification of the 8 pranic energy that day. So I'm going to be in Springdale, Utah that day, which is at the mouth of Zion National Park. There's a new venue that has opened up to be available to us here at the sanctuary, to me specifically. And it's on the rooftop of Zion Gudu. And Zion Gudu is this gorgeous new building that has just been built. And it's right on the main drag going in to the park. So they have this really cool rooftop that they created to have yoga and other events up there. So I will be there on that day in the evening. It's an easy drive. What is it, 2 hours to go up there? It's nothing. So I'll be there for that, and Jen's going to be with me, and I'm going to have Yeah, it's on a Monday, April the 8th. We're going to do something here actually on the 7th. We're doing an aura activation on the 7th, where we're going to take your picture with the aura photography equipment before and after. So we're doing something very unique the day before too. So that'll be in prep for the eclipse. And then I'll be up in Utah for the actual eclipse. This is a really big year this year. There's with a lot of energetic things coming in that I want to take full advantage of to share with you all. So we have the aura activation on Sunday the 7th, and then the next day I'm going to be driving up to Utah. So and you can do it turnaround to go there. You don't have to plan to spend the night, although it's nice if you can spend the night. So either way, I'd love to have you join me at both of those events. So any questions about anything? We good? Yeah, go for it. What about them? I bought them about 5 months ago. Yeah. It's a soul collection. It's from an artist. Her name is Melan, and she does a lot of toning with her voice. She's got a beautiful voice, and she does a lot with toning with the bowls. But this is her soul collection. They're gorgeous, aren't they? Yeah, I've had them for about 5 months, and they travel really well too. I have nice cases. So I'll be taking these up to Utah. But yeah, you'll get a nice. You haven't seen these out before? Did you come to the equinox? Yes? Oh, you didn't. You came afterwards. That's right, because they were out for that. But yeah, I try to play them whenever we do a sound bath. So, all right. Well, we're going to do some nice warming up, and yeah. So we'll wait for Michelle to come out. So yeah, keep writing. And then we're going to compost those babies. Snoring so loud. Oh, okay. We can bury them in the front yard too. We can bury them underneath the big grandpa tree. No problem. If you feel like you want to come back during the eclipse window, just tell me and I'll leave the gate unlocked and know that you're coming in to do that. You're welcome to do that. All right, well, let's tune in. Thanks for coming, ladies. So close your eyes, please. Rub the hands. Sit tall. Let's focus on the breath and the movement of the hands. Good. Press, consolidate. When you press your hands together, make sure you press them firmly. About 5 pounds of pressure. And then bring the backs of the thumbs to rest right in the center of the chest. Activating the energy of the heart. Relax your shoulders around the mouth, the eyes. Relax your belly. Take some nice deep breaths in through the nose. You can sigh out the mouth if you need to. I'm grateful for your body, your mind, your breath, and this beautiful opportunity that we have today presenting itself to us on this eclipse, this full moon, and the south node, and our very strong ability to let go. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale to tune in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Deep breath in. Hold your breath and squeeze the energy up the spine. Exhale. And feel that this Kundalini energy is beginning to rise and spiral up, bringing all the chakra energies online. We'll connect everything now through the connector of the arc line, our halo at the hairline, feeding all this energy, this information, this light into the auric field and radiant bodies that surround us in all directions. Let's expand with the light of truth. Adigade name, Jugadagade name, Satagade name, Sirigode name, Adigade name, Jugadagade name, Satagade name, Sirigode name, Adigade name, Jugadagade name, Satagade name, Sirigode name. Inhale. Holding your breath, expand your light. Clear, bright, radiant, all directions, all around you, merging together. Let's send a message of unity, peace, hope, compassion, love, beam to infinity and beyond. Exhale. And grateful for our light team, the ancestors, guides, angels, sages, rishis, avatars, always present, always with us. Satnam. All right, we're going to start with sitting, holding onto the ankles, and we'll begin flexing the spine. So we're going to flex forward and flex back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Vibrate Sat, vibrate Nam. Keep going. Good. Keep the eyes closed at the third eye.
Kinara Apuparian, Kurki Peri Pai, Kachsavarian, O Apadaya, Manhuna Pasarian, Sarajana Ke Sangha Baba Jalakarian, Sakapulinga Kidushtakin, Mahepitarian, Tis the side he take. Nanakaman in my just a similar to Sukoi, suddenly took a job. Rake Rakinara Apaparian, Kurki Peri Pai, Kachivarian, O Apadaya, Manhuna Pasarian, Sarajana Ke Sangha Baba Jalakarian.
Inhale, center. Apply the root lock, rectum, sex organs, pelvic floor, navel, in and up. Exhale. Now bring your hands to be cupping the knees, all right? So we're going to keep the elbows fairly straight, and we'll keep going with our spinal flexing. Feel your whole spine flexing now. Vibrate sat, vibrate nam.
Sarajana Ke Sangha Baba Jalakarian, Sakapulinga Kidushtakin, Mahepitarian, just beside you.
Good. Inhale, center. Hold the breath. Squeeze the root lock again. Press the tongue now to the roof of the mouth. And relax. Okay, we're coming sit on rock pose, so we're going to kneel. If you want, you can put that gold pillow between your bum and your heels. It's a nice pad. I like to use my little felt here for that. So we're going to put our hands on the thighs and try not to slide the hands up and down. So we want to keep them stable here, all right? And then we'll flex the spine again.
Sarajana Ke Sangha Baba Jalakarian, Sakapulinga Kidushtakin, Mahepitarian, just a side he take. Nanakaman in my just a similar to Sukoi, suddenly took a job. Rake Rakinara Apuparian, Kurki Peri Pai, Kachivarian, O Apadaya, Manhuna Pasarian, Sarajana Ke Sangha Baba Jalakarian, Sakapulinga Kidushtakin, Mahepitarian, just a side he.
Inhale, center. Hold your breath. Squeeze the energy up the spine again. Squeeze it up from the Mula. And relax. Put your hands on your shoulders, fingers in front, thumbs in back. We'll inhale, twist left, exhale right.
Aluparian, Gurki Peri Pai, Kachivanian, Mo Apadaya, Manapasarian, Sarajana Sangha Bhava Chalakarian, Sakatanya Kishtakin, my Padarian, just a Sayaki take. Nanakaman in my just a silver at the Sukhoi, Salak to Rakkinar Alupariam, Gurki Peri Pai, Kachivanian,
Inhale, center. Hold your breath. Squeeze the energy up the spine. Lift the chest, draw the chin in slightly, push the tongue firm to the roof of the mouth. Hold steady here, consolidate around the heart. And relax. Come off the knees, open the legs wide. Okay, now we're going to reach to the left foot. And we're going to bring the right arm over. And we're going to look at the right foot as we're reaching our left hand for the left leg. So it's a twist. You're looking between the arms. Breathe long and deep. Long, deep breath. Good. So we have the Mool Mantra playing now. This is the sound current to, it's the fate killer. So as we're doing this big reset, this big energy work of letting go, we really move into our destiny, our dharma. And this sound current is very useful and supportive of that. The Rakhe Rakanahar we'll also be listening to, which removes fear, gives us courage. Keep breathing and stretching. We're going to go to the other side in a moment. And windmill up. Go to the other side. As you're stretching now over this right leg, really stretch out with the left leg. And as you're stretching out with the right arm, pull over that left shoulder back and stretch with the left fingers. You're rotating the chest. Keep both sit bones on the ground. Breathe. Really breathe. All right, we'll windmill up. Woo, stretch the arms out. Wow. Okay, relax down. Now bring the soles of the feet together into a butterfly. And we'll just bounce the knees a little bit. Nice and easy. You can hold on to the ankles or the soles of the feet. If you need a little bit more of an open back stretch, stretch the feet, have the feet a little further away from the groin area. If you need more hip flexor, bring them in closer. Keep the spine nicely lengthened, chest lifted. Let your head be balanced on top of all this. Good, and then bring the knees up, and we'll stretch our legs out now. come forward into a full forward bend. We bring our arms up and then stretch forward. Catch hold wherever we can to maintain the integrity of your alignment, not scrunching, all right? You want to keep the chest and the heart open, the spine lengthened. And once you're in your posture, begin breath of fire, master breath. If you're on your moon or about to start your moon, just breathe long and deep. Lead with the heart. Good. Exhale, stretch down. Inhale, come up with the arms coming up with you. And then sweep the arms down. Exhale. Now we'll sit in easy posture and we'll do ego eradicator, breath of fire again, balancing all the elements, the 10 bodies. So we'll sit in easy pose, cross-legged. And we'll bring our arms out to the sides, curl the fingers in, stretch the thumbs. And then we bring our arms to 60 degrees, relax the shoulders. Keep your chest lifted, chin slightly drawn in. Look out the top of the head at the energy line between the thumbs. The thumbs are representative of your Mars action energy. This is the Aries energy now. And we'll begin master breath, breath of fire. Building that energy line between the thumbs.
How many songs deep down? Infinite are the songs and hymns, infinite are those who sing, infinite as the blossom of sound, infinite as the gifts of the flower, infinite is how she sees, infinite is how she's perceived, infinite in the subtlety of sound, infinite in the depths of now.
Big inhale. Hold your breath. Apply Mula Bandha. Press the tongue to the roof of the mouth. Arms float up. Thumbs touch. Fingers open wide and tight. And really stretch up. Powerfully exhale through the mouth. Inhale deep again. And then exhale, slowly sweeping the arms down, combing out the auric field. Put your hands on the ground next to you. Sit with a sense of regalness, nobility, humility. Good. Inhale and exhale. So we're going to stand now and do a Kriya to balance the heart and the head. And we're going to do a 4-part movement with the wrist, changing the energy, the chemistry rather, of the brain. All right, so we have the arms out at 90 degrees. Palms are facing out, the fingers are together. So this is position A. On count 2, we're going to rotate so that the fingers point straight forward. B. On count 3, original position. And on count 4, backwards. So A, B, C, D. All right, we're going to do both hands. So A, B, C, D. Are you all right, Arlette? Lord have mercy. I thought, wow, big shift happening with Arlette. Okay, good. Okay, here we go. A, B, C, D. 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 Okay, it's happening on me. A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. There we go. A, B, C. It's changing the chemistry of the brain for sure. C, D. A, B, 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 C, D. Good. Relax the arms down. It was tough, surprisingly. All right, so we went about 3 minutes with that. That's very good. Okay, so now we're going to do we're going to do a bringing the arms overhead with crossing the palms over and under as we do it. So it's basically like this, but we're going to reverse, we're going to alternate putting the palms under and over. Yeah, but we want to keep the arms out here, actually like this. Okay, and we're going to move with powerful breath. Keep going. Keep going. Move powerfully. We're just doing 1 minute of this. Try to keep the arms parallel to the floor when you have them in position A. And I'm going to add something. As we bring the arms forward, we're going to have them a little bit in front, and then we bring them down, and then we're going to reverse, and we're going to bring them slightly back. So let's start here at 1 minute. Here we go. Slightly forward and slightly back as you're alternating the cross of the hands. "30 seconds. Keeping the arms parallel. And relax. Good. Now just relax. Totally stand still and relax. We're going to do that same movement with the arms, but we're going to be squatting in the crow pose. So we're going to try to keep the feet flat on the floor. So if you need to put something underneath your heels so that you're able to squat without the heels lifting, then I recommend you do that, because your heels need to stay connected to something, because this is what we're doing. Right? We're squatting. Now you can just do little baby squats if you want, no problem. But I recommend that you get a little deep with the squatting. And we're going to do this for, we're going to do this for like 2 minutes. You ready? Same position, arms out, remaining parallel. And we're going to move the arms up as we're squatting. Last 20 seconds. Good. Inhale up. Relax the arms down. That completes our Kriya for balancing heart and head. Just stand and feel grounded, stable. Be in your center. Good. And then when you're ready, let's sit down. And we'll do a merger of the sun and moon. This is a fascinating exercise. I'm going to have our arms like this. It's a relatively simple exercise, but you're going to get a real experience of how you can direct and control your breath in and out of the nostrils at will. So we're going to start with the left hand. So let me give you a little bit more information. Left side of the body, left nostril, right brain. This is the moon energy, feminine energy, left side of the body. Right side of the body, sun energy, right nostril, left brain. Crosses here, mixes here, and mixes here at the navel point. So we're going to, this has to direct impact on parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous systems. So we're going to inhale, you're going to bring the left shoulder up, and you're going to focus on breathing through the left nostril. Then you're going to exhale and breathe out through the left nostril. Then you're going to do the same thing with the right. You're going to shrug the right shoulder up, and you're going to focus on breathing out the right nostril and breathing in the right nostril and then breathing out the right nostril. So we're just going to keep going. And you're going to get a real sense of how you can direct the energy in the nostrils of the breath at will. This is the merging of the sun and the moon energies. Left energy, left side is moon, right side is sun. Left side is your right brain, your divine feminine, your creative energy. The right side is more action-oriented, divine masculine. So keep your head still, Arlette. Don't shrug your head. Keep your head still. You're just moving the shoulder. And focus on feeling the breath in each nostril as you do the shoulder corresponding to that nostril. You're going to feel it. It may even create like a little popping sound as it shifts left to right. About every 2.5 hours, your breath naturally cycles this way. About every 2.5 hours. This is your yogic method of controlling how you're utilizing your brain, your nervous system, and the breath. It's very much a mastery exercise. Merging of sun and moon. Eyes are closed and just concentrate. very precise movement, concentrating on as the left shoulder comes up and down, left nostril is breathing in and out. As the right shoulder goes up and down, the right nostril breathes in and out. The eyes to the third eye point. Go in at your own pace. Merging both of these energies at the third eye point. Keeping the palms flat, fingers together, thumbs are gently separated. Keep a steady, even-paced breath and movement. We're here for another 2 minutes. Now inhale and stretch both arms up, straight up, and look out through the 10th gate. Look out through the crown. And exhale, just let the arms float down. Rest them in your lap. Just sit very still. Just be in this beautiful merger of your sun and moon. Feeling that balance, your equilibrium. And inhale and exhale. Stretch your legs out for a minute. So we're going to add a little bit more energy into our time this morning with this next, must be Hannah, with this next meditation that we're going to do, again, working with the breath. And we're going to be chanting Satanam, 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 Ji, Waheguru, 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 Ji. Satanam, 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 Ji. Ji means beloved. Satanam is truth is my identity. I am truth. and then Waheguru, 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 G. So every time that we say Waheguru, we're amplifying that Satanam G frequency 1,000 times. So we're going to amplify a lot. All right. And this is a beautiful rendition by Sirgun Kar, but this is going to open up a lot of our energy channels and really take us to a new experience of new elevation. All right. We're going to have our hands in this mudra, which is connecting the Mercury finger down. We're going to hold it down from the nail. Sometimes we hold it like this, but in this instance, we want to actively press the Mars energy into the nail of the Mercury finger. And we're going to have the other 3 fingers up like this. So as we do this, we want to pull our shoulder blades back pretty strongly. So this is a pretty tight neck lock. And what the neck lock does is it pressurizes around the thyroid and the thymus glands. And so it boosts your immune system. So we have, the postures like this. The chest is lifted, squeezing the shoulder blades. We're pulling our chin in just slightly, and we're chanting Satanam, Satanam, Satanam Ji, Waheguru, Waheguru, Waheguru Ji. And it's a very soft, easy pace that we do this mantra too. You will enjoy this. This is going to make us feel really, really good. You ready? So give us a little bit of volume on this, Missy. Please, ma'am. This is a beautiful heart opener as well. So set your posture. Satanam, Satanam Ji. Waheguru, Waheguru, Waheguru Ji. Satanam, 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 Satanam, Satanam Ji. Waheguru, Waheguru, Waheguru Ji. Inhale. Hold your breath and really press the mudra into place. Squeeze the shoulder blades. tighten everything. Cannon fire off the mouth. Again. Consolidate, tighten. Cannon fire. Last time. Cannon fire. Relax. Stretch the legs out if you need to. Sitting still. Just feel this sound current in every cell of your being. Good. Inhale and exhale. So this last thing we're going to do before we lie down is for compassion. We have prepared ourselves to really receive this lesson and this frequency of compassion fully. Because the only beautiful thing which makes you human is compassion, really. Think about vengeance, lies, truth, God, greatness. Just think of anything. But if you take compassion out of it, everything becomes biting and bitter. Compassion is truly a value of life. It is power. It is God in meditation. It is truth. Compassion gives you the strength to go through suffering and yet feel no pain. And there's absolutely no grace without compassion. So we're going to do this mudra where we're going to cross our Saturn finger on top of the Jupiter finger, just like this. And the other three fingers are going to be just relaxed, but we're going to take our thumb and we're going to put them underneath the little finger, which is the Mercury mound. So our mudra, our arms are going to move with each sentence, each stanza of Rakhe Rakanahar. So it's going to be the first one, and we don't really know the words necessarily, but I want you to make the sound with the mouth. I want you to just move your mouth, go with those sounds like la 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 la. Kurki peri pare kashuta pariyam. We're just going to go up and down with each stanza. And if you watch me, you'll get a feel of when the stanzas are happening and when they're ending, because I'm going to be flowing with the stanzas of each of these lines in the Rakhe Rakanahar. So the Rakhe Rakanahar is part of the sadhana mantras that we chant whenever we do the Aquarian sadhana. And this is the sound current to release fear. It's a very protective mantra as well. And this is when we cross our Saturn over the Mercury like that, or the Jupiter rather, and we bring our thumb over to be beneath the little finger. It's a prosperity mantra, or mudra, excuse me. All right, so we were just listening to that sound current. It's this one. It's very melodic. It's very soothing. So we'll start with the hands here. And on the first one, we're going to bring them up and cross them over at the chest. And then we'll bring them down on the next one. Hold them here and then bring them up again. Okay? And we're going to listen to it the first go round. And then just chime in. Just start to make the sounds with your mouth. Just do your best that you can. Just go with the tune if that's all you're picking up on. But create sound out of the mouth. Close your eyes and focus at the third eye. Give us a little more volume, Jen, please.
Guru ki peri paye kaj samaniya. Oh, Avapatiyana Karana Sariya. Sadhajana ke samg pava jai pariya. Satatananda dushta kin mahakatariya. Disasai ki deka nanita manamai. Just a simlarata sukha ho sakala dukkha chai. Just a simlarata sukha ho sakala dukkha chai. Rakhe rakna mara apugariya. Durgi terikaye rajasamaniya. Oh, Avapatiyana Karana Sariya. Sajanaka Sambhava Jagatariya. Sakatananda Kadushtakin Mahakatariya. Disasaki Keka Anakamanamai. Just a Simarata Sukha Ove Sakala Dukkha Jai. Just a Simarata Sukha Ove Sakala Dukkha Jai. This is just a simple just a
Okay, last round. Now stay here and take a breath in. Keep the mudra. Feel your heartbeat merging with the heartbeat in this frequency sound current. Exhale. Inhale deep again. Exhale. Now inhale, release your mudra and stretch the arms up. And then exhale, just begin to gently shake. Shake, 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 shake the hands. Increase the shaking. Increase the shaking down into your body. Shake, 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 shake everything. Good. And relax. Okay. So now I invite you to lie on your back. Get really, really cozy and comfortable. We are going to be experiencing the soul collection of these bowls, crystal bowls, as well as a lot of Venus gong today. So take your time and get really nice and cozy. Get really cozy.
Martinez.
Just taking your time to stretch and move and just be fully present in your body. Listening to yourself, listening to this reading that I'll be sharing with you about the veil has been lifted. This era is one of uncovering mistruths so that we can remember universal truths. And take all the time you need to sit up. There's no rush. It's one of realigning to nature to ensure this planet will be a place that souls can return to for times to come. Everything is in a state of recall and realignment. Anything that isn't in harmony with nature itself will not survive. Anything that's attempting to manipulate or divide and conquer won't survive. We must align ourselves with nature and our lives with our own true nature. We must align our bodies with the rhythm of Earth and thus the universe. We must align our outer lives with the inner guidance of our soul to surrender to the never-ending beating of the great cosmos itself. This goes for society and the world at large, as well as in our own lives. Some of us who are on Earth right now are here to lift the veil between the seen and the unseen worlds once more. We're here to shine a light and thus cast a shadow on things that are inauthentic or unaligned with the survival and well-being of planet Earth. To stand for and protect those who don't have a voice, and to look deeper and question everything that previous generations did not. We can no longer tolerate things that are not congruent. We're here to bring society and humanity back into harmony with the planet and the cycles of life at large. If we tolerate things in our life that aren't aligned, we add to the misalignment of the planet and ultimately separate ourselves from the earth and the force of life. You're being called to trust yourself, to trust what hasn't felt right, to trust your body, trust your senses. That's really what it means to be sensitive, to have our senses clearly speak to us. It starts with a whisper, then an uncomfortable feeling, then a raised voice, and then a shout. By the time it turns to a shout, the body lets you know. What have your senses been trying to let you know? What has your body been trying to let you know? Pay attention to your senses because they don't lie. If we all did this, the planet wouldn't be in the state that it is. But we can start now. We can show up each day and listen. Every time we do, that makes a difference. Trust your senses. Trust your feelings. Your sensitivity is sacred. It's how life and the soul communicate. You're not a victim of it. It's a strength that's waiting to be owned. So what have your senses, your feelings been trying to let you know? What has your body been trying to tell you? What isn't congruent in your life right now? What action are you being called to take? So you can continue to write as you feel the answers to these questions coming in, to these call to actions.
I'm
So I'm probably going to be outside around 1 in the morning, just so you know. I'll be out there planting this information, these callings. And you're certainly welcome to just get in your car and drive by and join me, or do it at your own place, whatever you want to do. But let's tune out. Just blessing yourself, blessing your loved ones, your family, your friends, your pets. Excuse me. Blessing all beings on this planet and beyond this planet. Blessing our beautiful planet herself, our true mother, Gaia. May the long-time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. One long Satnam. Satnam. Go in beauty. Peace be with you. And may peace prevail on earth. Satnam. So to remind you, we have Easter. Gosh, Easter is coming. Actually, it's late this year, it seems like. It's next Sunday. So I'm going to do something in the morning. It's an Easter resurrection practice, Christ consciousness, and some really beautiful practices about resurrection. 6 to 8 a.m. next Sunday. So there won't be an 11 o'clock class next Sunday. So make a note of that, okay? And then the following Sunday will be that aura activation that I shared with you earlier. This is going to be pretty extraordinary. We have a lady coming in. Her name is Danielle. And she has her own company called the Aura Photo Stars. And she has this specialized equipment that takes your aura, takes a picture of you and shows your aura, shows your auric field. So we're going to take pictures of everyone as they come in. And then after class, we'll take it again, because I'm going to be leading us through some very powerful sound medicine. I'm curious to see how much the breath work specifically, some specific breath work and a little bit of movement, but really I'm going to focus on breath work and sound to see how much it's going to shift our auric field, because I know it will. And then we're going to remain quiet and we'll take our picture again. And you'll literally see the comparison and the difference. You'll see it. So then she'll give you a reading and explain what that means. What exactly. Like if you have a lot of red in your auric field before and it shifts into green, she'll explain why and what that means. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. So we're going to start around 10:30 in the morning on the 7th. And we'll go until probably around 2. We're not streaming it. We're just going to do it in person. And we're going to, I just want to, what is it, 20 people we decided on? 20 people. And then we'll be in April, my goodness. And then the next day, of course, we drive to Utah and do that thing in Utah at the Zion Guru. But everything is updated on the website now. It's all there. And then we start the month of April with the Women's Circle and that's right. I shifted into not doing a teacher's training, intensive training course, to just doing little mini labs, because people didn't want to do. I can't do 6 days, blah, blah, blah. So I'm doing a little mini lab of 3 hours, and I'm going to do 4 of these this year. So I'll teach you how you develop your personal practice, what that looks like. And that will be hybrid. That will be online and in person. So you'll see those coming in. We're offering those for $75, 3 hours on a Saturday. We're doing it on Saturday because that's the day of Saturn. And I want to have, a little bit more discipline and commitment. No. That's a 3-class pass. for $55. Is that what you're thinking of?
No, there's something else in the list. Unlimited, maybe?
It's a one-shot deal, but you can come to as many of the labs as you want. They all kind of connect together. Maybe that's what you were reading about, Arlette? That's the only thing that I have that's for $75 is that offering. We took the You Are the Guru down. Yeah, that is, I know you had asked about that, Michelle. It's not going away. It's just over here for now. So I want to build interest in people that want to know more and really are devoted into that without being too intensely rigid or committed about it, because I understand everybody's busy. Believe me, if anybody gets it, I do. So, yeah, we're just going to approach it this way so we can start to develop. Yes. 20th. It's a Saturday. April the 20th. Yeah. I know, right? She's totally making that in her head. Yeah, it'll be 3 hours, 10 to 1. 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Totally. Still have a day ahead of you. Oh, you do? What time is the wedding? Oh, perfect. Oh, good. Yeah, it'll be good. I mean, I'll create. You'll get a handout. You'll get to take stuff home, and I'm going to Zoom record it, so you'll have access to the Zoom recording for a year. Yeah, so it's a really it'll be a well organized and really nicely presented training, learning experience.
4/20/2024. You can say it backwards too. 4/20/2024. I'm really excited.
It's true. It's good. Yeah. So that's what's happening then, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Thanks, ladies. Yeah, sure. Thanks, honey. So don't forget to do your rituals this evening, early morning tomorrow. Otis is so funny. He gets so sensitive with the gong. If I start to really get loud on it, he does not like it.
I was going to open my eyes and be like, what do they do while she's playing?
They're usually just hanging right here. Hi, Alyssa. Satnam, dear. Nice to see you.